So, the Ludum Dare Game Jam happened just a few weeks ago. It's a friendly competition where people make a game over a single weekend. The theme is announced on Friday night, and all participants have either 48 or 72 hours to make a video game. I participated, and I made a game that I'm very happy with. The whole thing was broadcasted on Twitch. You can find the VODs for this in their entirety on Twitch right now. But I thought I would try to make a little edited version for YouTube. So this is approximately 36 hours of footage edited down to something like an hour and a half. Basically the highlights of the competition. And this is before the theme is revealed, so in about an hour, we'll see what the theme is. An hour, 40 minutes. So the theme, I talked about this yesterday. Not the theme, but what I'd like to do is a tower defense game. I'd really like to make a tower defense game. That's something I've never really done. I made a game that was a little bit tower defense-ish a while ago, but it wasn't. It was more like a gardening game, really. But the main thing though that I'd really like to do is a tower defense game where you need to do you need to set up an economy before being able to actually put down your towers. So a tower defense game with more of an economy building. So something that's a bit closer to a classic RTS based building instead of being just focused on defense. You need to actually grow your base. And a big key here, and this is the thing that's really interesting me on the game design side that I'd like to explore here, is a tower defense game where the resources that you start with in the map have a big impact over the kind of defenses you can build and the kind of base you can build, right? So just by changing the resources that happen to spawn on the map, the optimal strategy to defend yourself becomes completely different. Now, the potential visual themes that I could go with. So my first thought was something industrial, right? So like I said, the first phase of the game would be really like setting up an economy and gathering resources for the second phase of the game, which is making defenses and building defenses, and then the third phase of the game would be completing whatever, completing whatever requirement you need to complete to actually finish the level, right? Which is what would probably trigger, like, the waves of enemies. And now, my first thought was something industrial, so it's like you're appearing somewhere and you have to exploit the resources of the area. And you're like building power plants, and it's all you're building giant machines. Just very industrial, like Industrial Revolution sort of vibe, right? You're building power plants, oil rigs, something that would almost look like Factorio, right? Just Factorio, but with programmer art, right? But then I was thinking, okay, so a more fun approach to maybe a tower defense would be something more organic, something more grody. That would be a little bit more fun just to make assets for, and obviously it's a lot more my bag, right? So I was thinking now, okay, what if the tower defense, instead of building like machines and shit, how about going full Abadox on this? How about you're like an alien creature? You're like an alien, you're like the Thing, and you're like infecting planets. And so the expansion phase, could be basically you're infecting a new planet, and now you have to spread your infection over it. Yes, exactly. You're the Zerg. You're the Thing. And you're expanding. The Zerg, if the Zerg didn't have units and it was just buildings, basically, right? So I'm going to speed up the footage every time that I'm doing something a little repetitive or a little long. In this section of the stream, I'm experimenting a bit with the color palette that I'll be using over the course of this jam. The palette is called Bubblegum 16 and was made by Twitter user Pine Tree Pizza. It has these bright, saturated colors that were a lot of fun to work with. At this point, all of my practice is kind of focused on fleshy monsters, because at this point, of course, I had no way of knowing that the theme of the competition that was about to be unveiled was about to ruin all of my plans. Yeah, this whole fleshy, Zerg-like building construction game idea was about to basically be thrown out. Although, I mean, this was still a useful practice of using those colors. Theme announcement any minute now. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Deeper and deeper is the theme. Deeper and deeper. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. So, scratch that. Okay, so I was going for like an organic aliens infesting planets thing. But no, get out of here. I'm gonna go instead with something someone suggested at one point. Someone suggested, like yesterday, that a possible theme to go with for a tower defense game, instead of going for industrial or something, to go with an underwater theme, where you're building underwater bases, and that would fit really well with this. Maybe the subsequent levels are like you're going deeper and deeper into different trenches. Ooh, that might be fun. Now, it could still be a flesh thing. It could still be grody alien thing. So maybe you're invading water planets or something. That's a possibility. Yeah, Terror of the Deep. You could be exploring. It could be a theme of exploring. Imagine this is still a tower defense game, but it's just completely different thematically from what I've been talking about so far, right? And imagine the ambience, a really deep aquatic, spooky deep aquatic, a flesh tower defense. That's basically what the idea was until the theme was announced. But now I'm thinking, yeah, underwater. So say your main base is like a submarine, right? Yeah, basically. Say your main base is like a submarine and you begin. And your submarine is crashed. Yeah, your submarine is crashed underwater, deep in the ocean. And that gets you a small radius. And the only way you can move around, you can't go out and explore. You can only build to explore. So it's a tower defense, and as you build modules to explore, that opens up. That uncovers more of the underwater area. And your entire Your entire ability to explore is just based on building. Oh shit. Yeah, there you go. Completely different idea, basically. It's not really a tower defense anymore. It could still act like a tower defense in some ways. But yeah, an exploration game where you explore entirely by building. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Entirely building-based exploration game. You have no units that move around. You just build tubes. And in order to build things, you need to generate resources. So there's also kind of a base building, and maybe that once you discover certain things as you explore, that could be what triggers like waves of like fish people, like maybe there's Relaya. You can find Relaya in there, you can find Cthulhu somewhere in the dark and the deep. Yeah, shit. I like that. I think I'm going to go with that. Yeah, this is very different from what I've been thinking of so far, but that's fine. That's exactly what the theme can do, Just adds a little spin, and sometimes the two combine into something as just a tiny tweak, but sometimes it gives you like a direction, and then bam, completely different. I like that. Yeah. So, I mean, these were fun, though. These were good. These were good, a good little practice with this palette I've never used before. I really like it. I quite like this palette. I might tweak it a bit. No, not 48 hours. No, I'm going to sleep. I sometimes, every once in a while, I do a jam. I've done before jams where I don't really sleep, but it's never worth it. Like, for so many hours during the jam, your productivity goes so bad, and then you're just kind of not at 100% for the rest of it either way. It's not worth it. So, I always sleep in jams. Sometimes I oversleep, though. That's not good. Also, yes, not at my age. I'm no longer a young whippersnapper. I'm merely... yeah, no. Okay, no, but... Yeah, no, I like this. Because this is even more my thing. It's even more my thing than what I was doing before. Because now it's not only a tower defense game, but it's that's like, because yeah, like the fleshy Zerg tower defense thing, that was my thing visually, but otherwise gameplay wise, it's still completely out of my comfort zone. But making it also like an exploration game, that changes things. Now all of a sudden, on a gameplay side, that's also my bag, but it's still a completely new take on it. So yeah, I mean, if you've been watching me like dev games and stuff or talk about games, exploration is generally my main thing, right? Okay, but now I don't need to think too much about the details. Let's start by just making something really, really basic here. Just basically building things and having like a resource that building costs that resource, and that you have like a fog of war that reveals as you build, right? Let's just do this to start. So just making a new thing. Go into projects. Yeah, this is exciting. Oh, I'm really into this. So I guess Abyssal Base. I'll just call it Abyssal Base for now. This is the point where I normally say, I'm sure I'll think of a name at one point throughout the jam, but this never happens. This has not happened once, I don't think, that I actually come up with a name as I jam. It's always at the very end when there's 5 minutes left. So let's have just building. I think the tile size is going to be 16 by 16 because, that's... Oh, wait, no. 16 by 12. Yeah, a little bit wider tiles than Ha. That should help to fit more things in one space, I think. Yeah. So, yeah, let's set up a grid here. Okay, so that's gonna be just the three generic building sizes. Most of these are probably gonna be like biodomes, right? Let's put that here. Yeah, at size 12 and collision mask. I'm probably not gonna use collision masks much, but sure, that's gonna be a start for this. And now let's create a building. As far as like, yeah, so this is probably going to be mainly a mouse-based game. Let's see, what's the... let's go with my preferred... yeah, my preferred resolution here of 416 by 240. So now I'm going to need to think a bit more about the progression of the game, because that's going to be pretty different. Before I was thinking of like an Aliens thing, so you have like... you know, things are in space and you have like different planets, but here that might be pretty different. It might be like a single giant room that you're exploring. I'm not sure. Or maybe you have like different jobs of repairing. Yeah, maybe you have different jobs of repairing different underwater bases, and every time you're going deeper and deeper for the different jobs or something. I'll just start with a single mission. Yeah, it's gonna be bird eye perspective. Side view usually kind of means having slightly more complicated pathfinding, I suppose. It's not necessarily, but that's usually how I think of it. Side view tends to complicate pathfinding. It doesn't have to, I suppose, but... Okay, what do I do next? Let's have basic building controls. So here I'm gonna have like two different resources to start. So let's say so we're gonna need to have a grid data structure. Of for like all the buildings, right? So GRD building grid. This is what's going to be used to know if you can build somewhere or not. DS grid create, and that's going to be based on room width divided by... Oh, I'm gonna need to have some macros here. So now room width divided by the width of the tiles is going to give you the number of tiles in the room. Room height, same for this. So tile H. There you go. So that's going to create a grid of the proper size. Okay, now after that, at the start of the room, you need to iterate through the map here to see if I've already placed buildings that are there by default, right? So you need to know if there's some buildings that are supposed to already be there, and you just add them to the grid to make sure that they are placed properly, right? Because that way, that means that I'll be able to actually use the map editor to place existing buildings and things. So that would be good, right? Let's go with object building. So iterate through all current objects, all current instances of the object building, right? And with all of them, now let's see here. Now, object building here needs to know its tile X and its tile Y position. To do this, you would do X. It takes its X coordinate in the actual map and divides it by tile W. Y divided by tile H. Okay, let's test this out. Let's see if this crashes. Probably gonna crash. I did a lot here without a test. Oh, the horrible nightmare line is not good. Who would have thought? Okay. Well, look at this. Look at this. I can't move up for some reason, though. Also, they're all called laboratory. And I need to set a font. Labora. There you go. Now, they're still all laboratories for some reason. Okay. So let's see if now I have a nice little cursor. There you go. Little cursor telling you where you're currently where you're currently building something. Can't actually place anything yet, but it's a start. There you go. There's one. And I cannot build overlapping it. Can I build things around it? I can build things around it. There's no proper depth sorting yet. Now let's look at with a smaller building. Oh! Okay, it's not building the right one. It is not building the right one. There it is. There's the problem. I copy-pasted something I shouldn't have. I always do that. Place that there. Okay. Okay, after this, I can now place requirements in resources. Okay, very good. This works. Okay, let's have resource requirements. Okay, so now there should be a display of your resources, and it should cost resources to build buildings. Well, it doesn't seem to be showing me any of these. Oh, because I didn't set storage maximums. So there you go. Now it's a bit more. No matter the size of the building, it's only going to show the top with the name. Okay, so this is already helping quite a bit. Okay, so now there's depth sorting. Now let's display a grid to show where things can be built and where things can't. moving, at least. It's not very obvious when I'm moving, though. Oh, there you go. So yeah, that's where some tiles would be helpful. Nice, there you go. So as soon as I expand, as soon as I add a building, it expands where I can scroll to. That's what I wanted. Yep. Let's see. Let's see if this adds Fog of War. Oh! I mean, it's not quite working, but could be worse. Yeah, look at this. That could be worse. Okay, after this, I need to make an actual clickable menu. Because right now, way too much of this is controlled by keyboard. And this really needs to be like, the only thing the keyboard controls is movement of the view. Everything else should be controlled by the mouse here. Go. Now it shows which one is currently clicked. Okay, the last thing I want to put in before I go to sleep is to have a construction radius. All right, there you go. So now you have... Yeah. That's the building rules. It's not actually enforced yet, but the idea is that the green squares is where you need to overlap if you're building something that needs access to the crew. And the paler squares is where you need to is where you can build things that don't need access to crew. So like walls and towers. That sort of thing. Okay, so let's just test if this works, and if it does, then that's going to be it for the first night. So, I cannot build here. Nice. I should not be able to build here either. Yeah, I can't. Because right now all buildings need oh, but I can't build here either. Uh-oh. I can't build anywhere. Oh, maybe okay. Okay, no. This actually did work. So I can't build here, but I can build here. Yes. Yes. Now, let's try a storage building. So now, this is a larger one. So I can't build here. But in order, I need to have at least one tile overlapping the green, and every tile being within one of the flashing colors. So like this. That means if you want to build something that's 3x3, you can't build it here. You need to uncover this bit. So you need to actually build around. Yeah, now that I made all this, now I can build this one. No, I think you're like researchers in a collapsed underwater. Yeah, there was some sort of disaster and this underwater base. Something happened, maybe something attacked it, and you're cut off from the surface. Something like that. Or maybe not. Maybe you're not even cut off from the surface. Maybe you're actually receiving supplies. Maybe you're even receiving supplies over time. Just a really small trickle of them. But that could be your only... Yeah! I like that. You're receiving supplies from like a tube or something. But that is your only actual source of supplies. The slow trickle. So one of your resources is not something you can actually find by exploring. One of the resources is just something you get. Like food, right? Like basic... maybe there would be ways to make your own supplies somehow. Not sure. Yeah, no, this is the general gist here works really well. Like, this has everything you basically need to have to start making the actual game. Unfortunately, that's the unfortunate part here, that this isn't really an actual game yet. But you can imagine if these look like actual buildings, this would look like a game, even if it wouldn't really be one yet. Yeah. Okay. This isn't a really... So I ended tonight's stream 1 hour too late, really. So yeah. But still, I'm really happy with where it is. There's just no, there's no functionality to any of the buildings yet, but everything is there for me to actually go there tomorrow. So I think that's a really good place to stop. And I think that tomorrow this is going to become a game really quickly. I think this is going to turn into a game real fast. I'm pretty happy about this. Yeah, all the requirements are present for this to become a game. This is a game in potential. This is a game to be. All the ingredients are here. I love it. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Right. Well, I'm gonna go sleep and. Yep, and hopefully I should be back on tomorrow before noon. We'll see. It's very possible, unfortunately, that the excitement of the jam makes it hard to sleep. That happens pretty often. But I'll try to get back on before noon tomorrow. So, we'll see. Let's go. Alright, let's play that. Okay, let's get going. Let's get going. Okay, first, let's continue the building system. So now, when buildings are initiated, it should take time for them to be built, right? Controls con to update is true, because that needs to update the grid that sees where you can build. So right now you can only build around here. I'm gonna put that there. Then I'm gonna wait for this to be built, and this should automatically expand as soon as it's constructed. There you go. Nice. That works. Okay, what's next? Okay, let's have buildings. Yeah, let's give buildings basic functionality. Because right now buildings don't do anything. There's not a single building that does anything. Okay. So now I'm gonna need to think a bit about this. So I'm gonna pause the music. How do I exactly organize this? Use the resource cost for it. Now, what is actually gonna happen? So I don't feel like being out of power, not having enough power, should actually prevent you from building something. It should just mean that once it's built, it doesn't do anything, right? And some buildings would still do something while in low power mode. So you want to have high power, but being in low power mode wouldn't necessarily stop things. Maybe there would be a ratio of power. Yeah, okay, that probably messed this up. So again, let's put a generator here. There you go. So that adds a bit more of this. And I don't think I have anything right now that requires power. I guess that's what I do next. There you go. You have the resource usage here. As I build more corridors, it goes up slowly. And if I build a gun turret here, it's gonna go up by more. And a sonar tower. Bam. But then I can build a generator here. And that's gonna increase my actual production. Yeah. And I can add a battery here. And that's gonna increase my... That should increase my maximum. Oh. Power batteries. Some corridors. And then a power plant here. Bam! There you go. Okay, now let's add a building that expands the buildable range. That makes a big expansion on the buildable range, like a construction center or something. There you go. So that's a bigger site range already. Nice, nice. And if I want to build a sonar tower, yeah, much bigger range to build. It still needs to be connected here. The sonar tower still needs to be connected, but it makes it easier to build larger buildings near this. So now I could put a sonar tower here. Oh, this should probably only when it's actually built that it reveals this like that. Okay, now let's actually make some sort of seafloor and have like resources that you have to find and things. Because right now everything's the same on the ground. There's no... Everything's just a super flat basic thing. So let's make some basic tiles and make some some actual seafloor. Yeah. Okay, now I need to place certain materials. So there's going to be... There's going to be some objects that are like resources, right? So for instance, there's going to be some ore deposits. Now, should these be individual? Should these be... individual objects? Or just a big grid of resources? Not sure. Oh, let's have a system to have messages display on screen. That's important, so I can tell you what's wrong if you tried doing something that didn't work out. Now, let's try to build a ore mine. So I should be able to build it here, but I should not be able to build it here. Need to build ore mine over ore vein. There you go. And if I can build it here, nice. Yeah, this works. Cool. Oh, the layering of the ore mine, though. The layering of the ore vein is not quite right. That's something I need to fix. But cool, yeah, it actually does follow these requirements too. That's really nice. Okay. Well. Okay, so I'm gonna go eat real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna go eat really quick, and when I'm back, I'm gonna be actually making the mine like collect ore. Yeah, we're getting there. Those functionalities are coming together, folks. Yeah. And that should, there you go. It collects 4 at a time over time here. And now it stops connecting. It stops collecting. Now if I had a refinery here, that should boost my maximum ore stored. Oh. It stopped collecting here. Here. There you go. Now it goes up here and it makes ore. Now what is the refinery gonna do? It's gonna turn ore into metal. Here. There you go. And that's giving me... nope, still not. There you go. Slowly giving me metal. Okay, now, as for supplies. So I was thinking supplies would be something that's given to the player at regular intervals. And it would probably be based on your main base, on your main building. think what would happen too is that if you have more space, that's how you would get more workers as well. Yeah. So if you have more space, workers start like... Yeah, you're receiving workers from the command center. If you have enough space for them. Tick. So, the command center. This is how this is going to work. Every minute, two things are going to happen. First, you're going to receive new crew if you have space for them. So it's going to check if there's any free space for new crew to arrive at your base. And this is going to happen every minute. Some sort of combat. It's time to have actual things finding your base and attacking. Yeah. Let's start with something really small. And that's just gonna shuffle its way to you and attack. Let's set up an enemy here. Okay, so struggling a little bit to realize that they can actually attack it, because they're trying to get to the middle. Trying to get to the middle. Their reach doesn't allow them to actually reach that. Aimfully give us all a little head start, you know, to make it interesting. Yeah, of course, right? Wouldn't be fair. Wouldn't be sporting. Oh! I believe they're attacking it. I just don't have any live display. Yeah, there you go. They're doing damage. They're doing damage. We're gonna get it. The crabs. The crabs are doing it. Look at them. They can do it. Yeah, they don't yet have depth sorting. There's no depth sorting at all right now, actually. But okay, no, they're destroying the buildings. Now I need to make well, defenses. There you go. That's a fucking turret. That was quick. Okay. Let's have projectile attacks now. Okay, now I need to be able to sell buildings. That's the next step. So I don't get all of it back, I get some of it back. And that's good. Okay, cool. This works. So now I got enemies, I got turrets, I just need specific buildings now. I even have a little bit of a basic, like... Yeah, I even have, like, a little bit of a basic economy going. Yeah, so I'm gonna go take a little break, I'm gonna take a walk, and when I'm back, it's time to add more content. And I'll probably start making actual buildings, like actual buildings. That would be nice. Sorry, I answered, but I forgot I was muted. I'm making a underwater tower defense game. Okay, let's try to actually make an auto-tiling version of this corridor. Okay, now let's import this, and then the more complicated part. Which is actually programming this. It's a little tricky. So if this works, this should make the tunnels tile automatically as I add them. Let's see if it works. That would be nice if it just worked on the first try. Let's put a first... Oh, that's not good. Oh, that is not good at all. Oh, add region? Oh, come on. It's set region, not add region. Ah, jeez. Nice. Yeah. This thing is gonna kill these. Now let's add some... Yeah, here it's a little awkward. Some of these connect really well. I should have some sound. Let's take a little short break to do a little sound stuff. Okay. First, let's see if I can look at free sound to get any sort of aquatic sounds, right? Okay. Next, let's grab this. Audacity. Underwater crab-like monster growl. It's definitely crab-like. Very crab-like. Love it. I can feel the crab. So these are all the sounds I grabbed. Let's make a longer single track with all of these. Sure, let's try to do something with that too. Okay, so now it's 2 minutes or so of spooky aquatic ambience. And that's good. So at random, it's going to create these bubble effects. Right now, they're just going to be sound. There's not going to be a visual thing, but there is going to be a 3D effect. So they're a little too common right now. Let's have a larger minimum. And also let's have more variation to that sound here. So, audio. Let's add some more structures and enemies and things. Uh-oh. The shaking is a little intense. So now, if I warn this crab, they should all attack. Okay, even if only this one should alert all of these in a radius like this. And then each of these should alert the next one, and this one should also alert these. That's Honko! It's Honko! do you mean this guy? I guess that's also Honko. Honko wears many. Honko is a land of contrasts. It feels like they're moving too slowly. Too fast, I mean. Yeah, they're moving too fast. Should be much more gentle. There you go. The bubbles are much more common now. The wiggles of the bubbles feel a little too fast. Well, it's pretty late. It's 5:30. Been streaming for 16 hours straight. Whew. I'm really happy where this is, but fortunately, I only have I have less than less than 16 hours left to the jam. So tomorrow when I wake up, I'm probably just gonna have like 6 hours-ish left. So it's gonna be pretty tight, but I think I can have something really good in time for the competition. I think I should have something pretty good. Yeah, really happy with what I got so far. I'm gonna go have a nice sleep. I might try to wake up a little early to really get going on the final day. We'll see. Okay, let's get going. All right, let's go. So, we have something like 7 hours left, I think. It's not a lot of time. Not a lot of time. Let's see. How much time do we actually have left? Yeah, a bit over 7 hours. Whew. That is tight. 7:30. I think we can do it. Add a building crane here, and that's going to allow me to build ore mine here, and an ore mine here, and then a smelter here. There you go. Oh. So you have here the... Okay, so two of the ore piles are overlapping here. Okay, two of the ore piles are overlapping, but otherwise... I'm gonna need to add some extra sprites for the generators and for for a few more things for the building crane, and I need to add more enemies too. That's gonna be what I do for the rest. Yeah, it's probably gonna be what I do for most of it. I'm gonna be just adding more enemies and more buildings. Now I'm gonna go eat real fast. I don't have a lot of time left at this point. It's what, 3 hours left? Something like that. 4.5 hours left, yeah. So not a lot of time left, but I think I can do a lot in that time. There's a lot of yeah, I'm gonna be eating real fast. There's quite a bit to do, but I really like the general vibe of it. Yeah, I just need to polish up some things here and add more content to actually explore. All right, I'll be back in just a bit. Alrighty, it's time to continue. 4 hours left or so. 4 hours left. Okay, what music do I put on for the last stretch? more metal to build it. Also need metal to build a battery. So let's get metal. With this and a refinery. A smelter. There you go. So with the smelter, I'm now making... I need more of this, so... let's add a generator. There you go. So now I'm producing some metal. Let's add some storage. Alright. Let's add another ore mine here. I can salvage this. And now I should be able to build a power plant. There you go. There you go. Okay, so at this point, all the basic requirements that I want for this to work are there. I just need to finish the actual level. Let's do that. I might add more monsters too, but for now let's just make the actual layout. Okay, 2 hours, 22 minutes left. I'm going to spend an hour and 20 minutes adding more monsters. I'm going to try to add at least 2 or 3 more monsters. I'm gonna make something kind of like this guy, but I can't use this guy because I drew this thing before the jam actually started. It was just a sketch. So let's make something like that. Oh no, here it is. Here comes that boy. Yeah, I need to balance some of these buildings. Okay, yeah. This might be a little, well, there's some light animations, but yeah, no death animations, no. I mean, I have less than 2 hours left. Yeah, that is not gonna happen. Let's have something a little spookier. Love it when Yeah, I love it when... Yep. There you go. Yeah. Okay, let's tweak that a little bit. Yeah. It's always a problem, huh? An hour and a half left. 30. So I'm giving myself 30 more minutes to add one more enemy to this. There you go. Yeah, okay. So when it wakes up absolutely everything else. Okay. Probably has too much life. Okay, so Coraline is there. Alright. Okay. So there's no name and there's no title screen. Okay, now time to make sound effects. Go, go, go. Sound effects, sound effects, sound effects. Of course, it's time for BFXR. On stream. All right, let's record sounds for the monsters. All right, folks, it's time. Got 30 minutes left, 40 minutes left. Okay, first, sound for crabs. Let's try the shorter one. Secret crab. Crab mode engaged. Wait, I should increase my volume a bit for this. It's not picking up that much. And I don't have like a preamp or anything, so. I'm carcinizing in front of your very eyes. That's a crab sound. That's what crabs sound like. It's true. If anyone ever tells you otherwise... Good, good. So that's going to be the tiny crab. Crab! Crab. This crab is correct. Is this crab large? I kind of like it. There you go. Okay, okay. Let's add all of these in their own, yeah, monster sounds. I only heard one of them. Yeah, so they're all gonna have a different pause before they actually try to make it. Let's see if that helps. Yeah, that's a little bit better now. Yeah, now you, okay, because they were all playing at the same time, right? Yeah, that's what was happening there. They were all playing at the same time. So because of that, they were all simultaneous. And because of that, they all kind of blended together there. But now I basically just added a little random delay before each of them make their noise, and that way they're much more distinct. All right, cool. Let's add the sounds for the guns. For all of the weapons. There's 2 different guns. Let's see. Okay, let's try it again. And after that, I would probably spend some time adding ambient sounds caused by certain buildings. Would be nice. Less than, yeah. Yeesh, 10 minutes? Oh boy. Oh geez. Oh boy. Okay, okay, and the command center is, I'm gonna boost the life of the command center a bit. 500 life and 2 defense. So what are the, Oh, the title. I need a title. Shit. I need a title. So icon. So this here is that. Let's go with, is it 64 by 64? All right, 3 minutes left. Well, I'm done at this point. I'm gonna add a little message at the start. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna do anything else at this point, so. Watch out for the crabs. It's over. It's over. It's over. Hopefully I don't see a crash right away. That would be embarrassing. I'm pretty happy with this. I'm pretty happy with this. I think this is pretty good. Yeah, I'm really happy with this. I would say, ah, shit, yeah. Well, there's one thing I forgot to do, but I guess it's not a big deal now. There's no way to move the view other than using the arrow keys. And I know some people are gonna have trouble with that. Some people might actually just not, like, stop playing the game when they can't figure out how to move the view. Ah, well, that's fine. Gonna have to live with it. Okay, exporting that shit. It's time. Yeah, I think I could spend an extra day adding more, but like I don't know, I don't think it would be worth it for me to do that. Yeah, I think spending an extra day to add to this, I'm putting it up right now. So, Abyssal Lab. There you go. Abyssal Lab. Let's put it up. If you want to play the game, I actually uploaded a browser-based version of it. So you don't even need to download a file anymore. You can just get the itch.io link in the video description and play the game right away. Thanks for watching. This was a little experiment here, trying to edit down a 36-hour stream to something less than 2 hours long. This was quite a bit more editing work than I'm used to, but I think it was worth it. Tell me in the comments if you think I should do that with future streams too.